Alright, g'day guys, welcome back. Limit Breaker Vegito. This is his first showcase. Defense stats are on, as always, on the channel. Obviously, hidden potential builds are on the side there. What to say about this man? He is just ridiculous. And they blessed him with very, very good links, very, very good teams. And honestly, for a heroes unit, I know a lot of people were kind of apprehensive of getting their hopes up for how the heroes units usually turn out. They typically age relatively quickly. This Vegito, however, is on another level. They've never ever released heroes units quite as good as what they did with this guy. I'm going to skip the first super attack at the very least with the Vegito at the end there, just so we can kind of get the standby with this Goku out as soon as possible. Unfortunately, we don't have 5 attacks lined up. There's only 4 there, but we want to try and get that transformation out so we can see what the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku looks like next to a Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. But with all those links active, he's nearly at 700k. He's going to have like 60% damage reduction, nearly at 10 mil, built-in additionals, built-in crit. He does it all. With all that built-in crit too, I highly recommend a dodge-orientated build. Obviously with additionals to kind of go hand in hand with that. We got the hidden potential additional there. However, it didn't activate the super. Skipping a super attack with Vegito at the end isn't the biggest deal anyway, seeing as we're going to get the additional super attack. I mean, ideally we wouldn't have skipped it, but I wanted to try and delay proceedings as much as possible so that we could get a couple of stacks in with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta here as they perform their intro, and then obviously so we could delay a little bit longer to get the standby out with LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We also have the freshly easy-aid physical Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, who obviously is one of the best linking partners with the Limit Breaker Vegito, plus the fact that he's now a 60% support. He has damage reduction per grind 8 power category ally or crossover category ally, depending on what you have more. So on this team, with Limit Breaker Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, himself, I don't know if he counts himself, but at least the Super Saiyan 4 LR from the 7th anniversary here, that's 5 allies with Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Vegito as the friend, so he'll have the full 35% damage reduction. These guys here, unfortunately, will only get the single stack because I'll imagine they'll kill here. Type advantage. Yeah, the crit just to finish it off as well. We also have the LR Tech Vegito. I wanted to bring a Vegito unit that just to kind of show how he can top up the links of the Limit Breaker Vegito. This is going to be one hell of a rotation. Only 30% support for the LR in slot 1 there, 60% support for the Limit Breaker Vegito in slot 2. This is going to be crazy. Like, it's a real shame that the Easy A Super Saiyan 4 Vegito isn't on full power or GT Heroes. Obviously it makes sense, but it's a shame that he doesn't make the cut for this guy's team, unfortunately. But I mean, we'll jump onto his team in one of the future showcases that I do. 800k defense, 11 mil, guaranteed. Like, he's got additionals to come back. Come next. Yeah, there you go. 12 mil, 820k. His defense will not raise from super to super, by the way. He has a super. He has a defensive raise in his passive triple super. Look at that, 13 mil. He has a defensive raise on super in his passive. Obviously, that only activates once. He has no super attack effect. Now, that's going to come up in topic of conversation in a couple of turns' time, because it's going to make an interesting point, especially with the defense stat showing of what it's like when you get your attack lowered by the enemy. 600k defense with 35% damage reduction and a 10 mil attack stat, 50% chance to counter super attacks. Easy A Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is very good. Very, very good. Now we're going to pop the transformation with these guys. I probably could get another couple of stacks, but considering they don't have their guard anymore, and there are a couple of attacks there prior to the slot 1 unit getting a shot in, they might get slapped up a little bit. So I'll probably just keep this as a Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito showcase and throw him to slot 1. I'll transform these guys just for the hell of it. They'll get their opportunity to show off, I'd imagine, next turn, or next appearance, I should say. Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, I've been skipping supers with and just floating him about. He just does his job. He's not really needed to sort of carry any weight in this team other than the fact that we just need him to tank. And that's what he is fantastic at. With Prepared for Battle as his only key link. Oh, Saiyan Raw's not key. No, it's Prepared for Battle as his only real key link on this team. And he doesn't get it with everyone. especially with a lot of the units that typically like to be slot 1. 10 mil from the friend with 700k defense. Very, very good. Still got, I think, 60% damage reduction. I mean, he one-shot kills there. I mean, it's crazy. Right, what do we got? Vegito is out. We're going to have the standby ready with the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So we will get only the Vegitos attacking this turn. That everyone will have 70% support for their defense. That's what the standby from the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku will provide. 280k-ish defense. He would have had all his links. Unfortunately, we do sacrifice Prepared for Battle, Saiyan Raw. All the other links he should get from Vegito anyways. What's that? So he won't have. Oh, he'll keep shocking speed from the Oob unit. He'll lose access to Prepared for Battle because the Vegito Blue doesn't have that. He doesn't have Saiyan Raw either. Still should keep Power Bestowed by God, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Super Saiyan. I'd imagine 290 odd K. He basically just makes up for his links. That's basically it. The support from the Oob makes up from the link difference from not having like Prepared for Battle and Saiyan Raw. But hopefully we get it super attacked onto Oob. We do. So we're going to tank this fairly nicely. He might take a little bit of damage. I doubt it though. Yeah, nah. We got way too many orbs. I think he gets damage reduction per orb or something, and we got a stupid amount. 850k with 740. 8.5 million with 740k defense. Again, we're missing that big link in Saiyan Raw, but still, like 9 mil, 740k defense. He's doing really well. I just wish he had that multiplier on his super attack or triple super. Look at that. So what's that? 27 mil. Really easy. Plenty of crit built in as well, as you can just see there. It's taking effect considering we have absolutely none in his hidden potential. And then the guaranteed dodge from the Vegito Blue at the end, he's just gonna float around and have a little bit of fun. We probably won't see him again in this fight, but hopefully we'll get to see a good at least triple or quad super from him. And at 24 key, we'll definitely get at least 2 supers after the 18 key. So he goes, boom, kicks off at 5 mil with 350k defense. Not the most impressive you'll ever see. He's obviously missing several links that he might otherwise want, but he builds up relatively quickly. 4 mil now, he's basically jumped by 200k defense, and he's got another one coming, nearly 800k defense already. As he builds his passive, he needs 4 total attacks. They can be supers or normals, so that normal would count to finish off building up his passive. So if we did see him again, he would be fully built. So he'd be looking very, very good. And with all those modifiers on his super attack, yeah, he crazy. So this is interesting. Vegito here, Limit Breaker, he's at 400k defense right now. If we activate this active skill, which we're going to do, that counts as a super attack. So the 150% attack and defense that he gets on super attack in his passive will be active. We'll then be free to move him into slot 1. He'll be at his maximum defense. With all that damage reduction that he would have anyway, and as you can see there, he's at 1 million defense. He will lose shocking speed if we move him into slot 1, which we're going to do. So he does come down to 990k. Now there is something very interesting about what happens here. Physical Omega, this phase here that we're facing, he lowers attack by 40%. Sorry, he lowers defense by 40% if he supers you. That affects your SA modifier. Because Vegito doesn't have an SA modifier, so basically his super attack, his 12 key super attack, it raises his defense times 1. Like you just basically times 1, nothing changes, which means that defense lowering has a profound effect. He was at 990k prior to being attacked. His defense has been lowered now quite literally by 40% because it's a flat modifier. Whereas, see, it goes down to 590k. That is really, really hard to kind of stomach if you're a unit like Vegito. If he just had 100% on super in his passive and then a greatly raise on his super attack effect, that would have had a significantly less of an impact compared to what it did have. 10 mil, 700k from Easy A, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. He's looking mighty fine himself. Arguably could have probably put him in slot 1 in hopes that he'd counter it. But yeah, didn't want to really take that risk. And I also wanted to see what the friend Limit Breaker Vegito would have taken from that super attack. And as we saw, he took less than like 40k total. But then he had his defense lowered. So luckily, Sin here can't super attack twice. Gogeta here is just putting in a shift. He's such a good unit just to float around these days. I mean, you can run him in slot 2, especially if you get a few stacks on him. But there he is with a triple super, up to 780k defense. Depending on how many rainbow orbs you get, he'll have damage reduction as well. 50% chance to counter as well. The action break, as you see, he carries himself pretty well. Area of effects aren't his favorite kind of mode of boss, I guess. But yeah, he does relatively well anyway. I'm not going to use the active skill with Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Vegito here. I'm going to just try and see if we can get a good solid turn in with the two of them. I'm hoping that unless we get this the additional super from the hidden potential with this guy here, I don't think we should finish. I think we'll be doing about 17 mil, I think, give or take. Maybe 14 mil, I'm not sure. Because we have every link active other than GT and Legendary Power, obviously. Power bestowed by God Infused Fighter, the ones we don't have active on the Vegito side of things. So we'll get max 24 key there with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We'll heal up a little bit with Vegito. Gohan again, he's not going to show off at all this run. So not much point really talking about him too much. Vegito is taking a little bit of damage from the area of effect. That's primarily because his damage reduction has run out, though we do have a dodge build, so that helps a little bit as well. Where are we at? Yeah, 14 mil, 680, so nearly 700k defense, plus guard, plus 50% damage reduction before attacking, which drops to 25 after attacking, guaranteed crits. We don't get the additional. He's going to get supered, so I'm curious to see how much damage we take here. Again, 40 odd k, it's nothing, absolutely nothing. And then Vegito there at 9 mil, 680k defense. I mean, that was roughly the same defense almost as LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I mean, he has an extra path open, but yeah, look at that. And just under 10 mil, that's the way we finished the fight. He looks very good. I'm very happy with how they made this Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. And as you can see, his team is really good. Crossover, Fused Fighter, and Giant 8 Power. Really, really tailored to the way I like to build teams. Let me know what you think of Vegito. Is he one of the best like Dokkan Fest? There isn't a Dokkan Fest ever to exist. Let me know in the comments below. Find me at any of the socials you see at the bottom of the screen there. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye now.